Meanwhile, there are growing calls for the government to publish a full list of all the schools affected. Alex Isat reports.
Silent classrooms and empty corridors for more than 100 schools, forced to close after they were deemed unsafe. And now there are fears children could be exposed to asbestos in crumbling buildings. More schools could close or partially close, as reports suggest 7,000 could be affected. Although the government hasn't given the numbers, it will cover costs.
We will spend what it takes to make sure that children can go to school safely, yes. And parents should know that. They should also know that we won't take any risks with their children's safety. So when new information comes to light, however awkward or difficult it is, we will act to make sure their children are safe.
The unsafe aerated concrete, or RAAC, was used in constructions in the 60s to the 80s. It was lightweight and cheap, but prone to collapse in the long term. In 2018, the roof of a primary school in Kent collapsed without warning, leading to the government to step up investigations in all public buildings that contain RAAC.
So we have over 140,000 buildings in the government's estate. Reviews are ongoing to assess what requirements are needed and where RAAC exists. For example, in the case of hospitals, there are around 24 hospitals.
Despite years of warnings about the structural deficiencies, schools had little time to get ready for a new term.
I'm deeply concerned that we're going to see further disruption at the start of the school term. Children have already faced such disruption to their education with the pandemic and then with the industrial action that ministers failed to stop as soon as they should. What we need to see now is a full list of all the schools published so that parents can have absolute confidence about what's going on and all of the documents associated with it. That's why if the government don't do it, this week we'll force a vote in Parliament to get that list of schools released.
Children will be back at school next week after the long summer holidays. But in the short term, for thousands, there will be more disruption until the crumbling concrete is made